Hey, it's me, Matt, reviewer in a bathrobe, and today we have a special guest, Tracy Munson. I thought I got it right. Hi, isn't she precious? And we're here to talk about a little bit about our one of the best town restaurants I believe I've ever been in. We're not in it right now, but this is another good place if you ever want to visit. It's High Grounds, but she is the boss's daughter of a very good restaurant diner called the Alcove. And I tell you, they have some very good food. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah. Everything on the menu is delicious.
Yeah, I love their, that's okay. I love their lunch specials, but you can get them about any time of day when they're done with it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, usually by about 9 o'clock she's got everything ready to serve.
Yeah, what's your favorite? You got a favorite dish?
My favorite special is probably the baked tenderloin.
Ah, I think I've had that. Mine is the noodle and beef. And like the spaghetti and meatballs and the garlic bread. I love your guys' garlic bread. My grandmother loves your garlic bread. She's like, you guys make that from scratch, don't you?
Oh yeah. Mom makes it with the Texas toast.
Oh yeah, it's really good. And how long has that been in your guys' family?
Grandpa opened it in '79. My dad's dad.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mom bought it from him in, I want to say '95. I believe Mom bought it in '95. Yeah, and she's run it ever since. She's the girl cook. And
I know you just had a loss in your family not too long ago. Your grandmother passed away?
Yeah, mom's mom passed away. We lost Dad's parents quite a few years back. Grandma in '97 and Grandpa in '05.
But your one grandfather's still alive, right?
Yeah, 91, kicking hard. Yeah, Mom's dad.
Well, you got longevity in your family.
Yeah.
That's something to look forward to. And you guys remodeled a little bit during COVID, didn't you?
Yeah, they remodeled the dining room and the bathrooms and some of the out front, like the back wall and where the booths are and that. Yeah, they did a lot of work.
Did you guys take off that one wall and reveal some of the original brick?
Yeah, the whole back wall is exposed brick. Yeah, that's the original building.
I like that. It gives it character.
It does look really cool.
So where do you don't live? The restaurant we're talking about is located in Sydney, Ohio, but you don't live in Sydney.
No, I live in Piqua.
Piqua, which is like what?
It's about 30 minutes away, 25, depending on how you get here.
Yeah, and I like that town. Do you like that town?
I do. I moved there when I got married in '07, and I've been there ever since.
You're not married now?
No. When I got divorced, I decided I wanted to stay in town. I have made friends there. I like it there, so.
Yeah.
Yep, I set up shop in Piqua.
That's good. That's nice. And I know you said your I'm sorry. Your boyfriend is a cook. He's a cook, and he made it. It looks delicious. Some lasagna.
Yeah. He asked what you liked, and I told him pasta, and he said he was going to make you his lasagna. So.
And I'm definitely going to try that. I'm going to eat it. I'm going to share it with my grandma and my friend who's in the I guess you could say the stands this
in
time.
The wings. Emily in the background today.
Yeah, she's in the...
Hi, Mary!
Hey, you guys! Yeah, I just watched that movie, by the way, with a group of friends.
I love it.
Great movie.
I think it's their 40th anniversary.
Also, it'll get a lot of play now.
I believe it. That's a good movie.
Do you have any, we talked about artists. I know she gave me this nice little, what do you call it?
It's a print, I guess.
It's a print.
I kind of illegally printed it.
Budsy?
Banksy. He's a graffiti artist.
Yeah.
We got to talking about your art,
Yeah.
and I mentioned that I appreciated him, and I thought you would like it as well. So I found one that I thought kind of went along with what you do and what you're into, and made a copy for you to hang up.
I appreciate it. I do. I appreciate it. I have to find a place to put it. I know if I ever move, I'm definitely gonna, because right now my space is pretty limited, but we're hoping to move in the future.
I'm sure Granny will let you hang it right over the sofa in the living room.
Yeah, I know. But what are your interests or hobbies? Do you have any?
I mean, we have a local bar that we hang out at with friends, and we play darts.
Yeah.
And we play a lot of dice at our house, but I don't really get out and do much.
Yeah. I don't do much. I mean, I've done more since I've been with Mary and some other people, and we've started to travel and stuff like that. I don't know. Have you ever wanted to travel?
I don't know. I'm kind of a homebody. We were talking about that today. My mom and sister have a trip planned in a couple weeks, and I'm going to stay back and just hear about it when they're done.
Where are they going?
They're going to New Orleans. They've never been, and they want to experience it.
That's where another friend, the same friend, the dog went. She went there with her dog, with her daughter, and actually her other daughter is pregnant again, and
That's exciting.
yeah, she's gonna
Babies
be.
are fun.
Oh yes, they are, and her grandson is so cute. His name is Cedric.
Aww.
Do you have any nieces or nephews?
No, two step nieces, I guess you'd say. My sister's boyfriend has two little girls.
Mm-hmm.
They're awesome. They're 4 and 7, I believe. They're all energy.
No, I know that was a little bit like when I have a nephew, but he's 13 now. But I remember when he was younger, and he would like to run around. But
It's endless. I don't know where they get it all.
I don't either. But my hobbies right now is I've been trying to rack up some more subscribers or some more views on my channel.
Yeah, this is a big thing now, these podcasts. We don't watch much else. We do a lot of the YouTube and streaming on Facebook, and we don't have cable in the house anymore. It's just easier to do this way.
Do you have the internet?
Just on our phones. We don't have
Okay.
Wi-Fi or anything.
Okay, so
Yeah, that's working, and when we do go out, it's just not worth it for us to have
Yeah.
a bill like that. It just doesn't. We don't use it.
yeah, because we were talking about how you got a bunch of VHS tapes and DVDs.
Yeah,
and
we watch a lot of movies at my house.
Yeah, I was thinking about you this weekend. I was like, I wonder if she would like. Did I ever tell you about Studio Ghibli? I thought I did. They make some wonderful animated films.
Yeah.
They're in the range of anime, but they're not as out there. They're more, I wouldn't say they're exactly for kids, but it's okay for kids to watch them.
Right.
Like, have you ever heard of Kiki's Delivery Service or My Neighbor Ponyo?
No, I have to look it up. I don't know.
Wait, no, not My Neighbor Ponyo. What am I talking about? It's My Neighbor Totoro. Yeah, because they always, her daughters used to call her that bus, the cat bus. But because there's a bus there's a cat that's a bus.
And I was all into busing for years and years.
Oh.
Yeah. Have you? So it's like, I wonder. I was looking on there. I was like maybe I'd get her a copy of one of them and see what she likes.
I'll check it out. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have the only functional VCR on the planet. Because when his mom passed away, we inherited a DVD VHS combo, and I'm just waiting for the day when it stops working, because it's got to be 25, 30 years old. And I've been online looking, and nobody sells them. And you just about have to go eBay and buy used, and they're so expensive. It's crazy to get a VHS player.
My first VHS player, we paid $400.
Oh my
Nuts.
God.
Well, you can't just go
But
to
it was
Walmart and buy it
they were
anymore.
like laser Blu-ray stuff now. You know, they were the thing.
Yeah.
Well, 4K is actually now.
Well, even now, like the Blu-ray player, when I first got it, it was over $100, and now you can buy them for $30 at Walmart. It's crazy. So just wait 6 months, and you'll be able to get it for cheap.
What do you think of your drink?
I love it. It's delicious.
What did you say that was called?
German chocolate cake, which I'm a huge fan of. It
German
said
chocolate.
dark chocolate, caramel, and vanilla, so I thought, that's it. And I told her I wanted iced, so that's what she gave me.
Well, they say women like their chocolate.
Yeah.
I do.
I'm a big fan of
And
it.
this is coffee and chocolate.
Yeah. Best of both worlds.
Our one friend, Michelle, she always says she's got bougie coffee. She's got like an espresso machine.
Yeah, espresso machines are hard to use. They're you definitely have to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
What grinds the
She
beans each
frosts the milk.
Mm-hmm.
time. Oh Lord.
So bougie.
Sounds like more trouble than it's worth.
Tasted fantastic.
She's a huge Star Wars. She's not. I mean, she likes her. She's definitely an inner geek. I would say that. She always says she's just fair weather, but I'm like, no, you're more than fair weather. I can actually tell you what something is, and then you know what it means.
Well, I've been called a geek. I've been told I don't qualify as a geek because I'm just original trilogy Star Wars.
I don't mind.
I'm a big snob when it comes to my Star Wars.
Oh,
I'm a huge
yeah.
fan, but it's got to be the originals.
Well, yeah, I would definitely agree with you there because I don't like what Disney did to
No,
it.
I don't either.
The only Disney movie I liked that they did was Rogue One.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that.
I don't think I saw Rogue One.
Rogue One was like a prequel before they blew up the Death Star. Like it's where they got the plans how to blow up the Death Star. So that, because I'm like, well, all your main heroes, movie.
Yeah. Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back, and The New Hope are the only 3 movies that I really care to watch in Star Wars series.
So you like A New Hope, and then what's after A New Hope?
Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi.
And Return of the Jedi.
Just the original trilogy, the first 3.
And you don't like the prequels.
No.
I don't even remember. Like it was the Phantom Menace.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and then
What's the other one? Because they were supposed to come before a bite.
yes, they came before those because Lucas he made those.
Yeah, but they ruined it out the gate because the effects, the CGI and all that they had available to him in the early 80s was way cooler than all this new stuff. And you can't sit and imagine it before when it looks so much more modern.
Yes.
You know, I don't like
Of course, he kept putting out these special edition ones. If you've ever seen them, that like George Lucas will put out these. He put out those special edition one and adding certain CGI effects to the original film. So you can't even find really a copy of the original Star Wars. Like he'll have like a CGI animal in the where like A New Hope where there wasn't before.
Yeah, there were a lot of them in Dagobah when he wrecks. Yeah, a lot of things you watch it on the VHS and you don't see them when you watch it again on the, or you see them in the Blu-ray that you didn't see them in the VHS. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then, but of course, I'm also I'm a huge time Trekkie, but I don't like what they did to, but Warner Brothers or whoever's in charge of Star Trek. Ever since the J.J. Abrams did his movies, like he did those 3 movies, and then they started up with the new series called Discovery.
Yeah.
And then after that, they did Picard. Those weren't good.
Now I remember when The Next Generation was on TV.
Yes, that was.
And I enjoyed that.
I liked
Patrick
it.
Stewart was a good actor. I didn't really see a whole lot of the old original, and I saw one movie. I can't tell you What it was called?
Do you know what was in it?
Well, the Kobayashi Maru.
Maru, yeah.
Yeah, when what's his name? Played James T. Kirk. The real handsome younger actor. What's his name? I don't know. That's the only one I saw.
Oh, that was one of the ones that J.J. Abrams made. If he was supposed to be younger,
Yeah.
that was one. That
That
was
was when he did the Kobayashi Maru.
Yeah.
I remember that specifically
Yeah.
from the movie, but I don't remember anything else.
Yeah, and he got sort of kicked out for that but in the original timeline, they sort of awarded him for, I don't know, thinking outside the box, I guess.
Right.
But unless it was his father who got him out of that situation.
Chris Pine, that's his name. The actor that played Captain Kirk. Chris Pine.
And then his father was played by, oh God, the guy who plays Thor.
Chris Hemsworth?
Yeah, he showed up in the very beginning.
That was his dad?
In the very beginning of that movie, he shows up at the very beginning of the show, and he like goes down with the ship. But
That's funny. It was Captain Kirk's dad.
yeah. So I always thought maybe because in the other timeline he lives, and maybe that's how he got out of that situation. He like smoothed some hand or whatever,
I don't know. I haven't, like I said, I saw the one, and I just remember certain parts of it. That's the only reason I even know what the Kobayashi Maru is.
Yeah, yeah. It's supposed to be. Some people were saying, oh, they would say, oh, they like Kobayashi Maru, like, but it means it's a no-win scenario.
Right. You can't beat it unless you cheat.
Yeah.
Which is, the premise of the whole thing.
Yeah, the computer won't let you win. Like, it keeps bringing up these things like, do you have a favorite genre?
Oh boy. Not really. I mean, I like all movies. Comedy. I mean, I like a lot of comedy, but everybody's comic tastes are different. So it's kind of general. You can't really, it's all relative. You can't be like, oh, I like comedy, and then what's funny to me might not be funny to you.
Yeah.
I know. But yeah, funnier, silly movies. I like more light-hearted stuff. I don't really watch a lot of thrillers or suspense or anything like that.
I don't like gory movies myself. I mean, I do like thrillers, if you want to say
I don't
that.
mind a good scary movie, but it's got to be like psychological thriller.
Yes,
it can't be like
that.
jump out and scream at you.
Yeah.
It doesn't really get me.
Yeah, like I like the Alien films. I don't know if you've ever watched.
Yeah, those are cool. Those are interesting.
I like. Have you ever seen the movie? A few years ago called Nope?
No.
It's about sort of a UFO. So they're seeing a UFO. They think it's a UFO, but in fact, it's a creature that's sucking up stuff.
Oh wow.
And devouring it and devouring them. You start off on this like horse ranch, and this like things start falling out of the sky and hit this one guy in the head, and it's like I think it was a coin, which I don't know how far up something like that would have to fall to do that.
Wow.
But it starts off like that, and it's a very interesting film. It also gives off like this electromagnetic pulse when the thing's around, so it turns off any electrical device.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie, I thought.
Sounds interesting. I never heard of it.
Yeah.
I like the new zombie movies are coming out.
Yes, I like
Evil Dead and stuff like that.
the new. No,
I think there's the new one? I think it's the new one is an Evil Dead.
there's a
Where the zombies actually run.
28 years later. Is that what you're thinking of?
No, it's one of the Living Dead movies, but I think it's called Evil Dead.
I don't know.
Like they actually have functioning consciences now. Like they can hunt people and they can run when they find them. It's a lot scarier than than the ones that just kind of walk around and people are stupid enough to run towards them.
Yeah, I know.
Or they run downstairs when they're being chased by something.
I know. We didn't watch it together, but we've watched all through the Walking Dead, the first entire season of it, and then I watched where she met back up with her husband, which it's a good series. I think it's a good series. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
So have you ever seen Shaun of the Dead?
Yeah. That's a silly one.
Yes, it is
Yeah.
silly. It's funny.
That one.
It's a funny one.
They're making fun of all the things about zombie movies that we make fun of.
Yeah. There's this other, I can't remember the name of it, but it came out a few years ago too, or maybe more than a few. And it had that one guy who played Kylo Ren. He was in it, and then also the guy who he was a Ghostbuster. I can't remember.
Is it Ghostbusters? No, you say Ghostbusters. Original Ghostbusters?
Yes, the original Ghostbusters.
Oh my! I mean, all I can think of is Bill Murray. That's the only one that comes to mind.
No, it wasn't Bill Murray. It was the guy who was always hitting on women, I think. I don't know.
They're gonna tear us up in the comments for the names of these people.
Yeah, leave a comment down below.
No. We knew it. We edited it out.
Yeah. But now Mary, she's a bit of a fraidy cat.
Aw. It's always good to get a good scare, Mary. Once in a while, you just have to let it happen.
I did try to get her to go see some. We did go see together. We saw The Watchers, which wasn't scary. It wasn't. I didn't think it was. Have you ever seen it?
No.
It's a good one too.
It's been so long since I've seen. Like I said, most of our movies are hand-me-down.
Yeah.
Friends bring them over for us to borrow, or we find them at Goodwill or the library or whatever. I haven't seen a new scary movie since the Blair Witch Project was in theaters. That was the last thing I saw in the theater, I think, as far as scary goes.
I wish that they would have kept it because they used the actors' real names, and people were calling up the parents and saying, "What happened? I just saw you guys last." year, and but no, I wish what they could have done was this was a reenactment of really happened.
Right. I don't know. I think that it got a lot of positive and a lot of negative. Like, either people loved it or they hated it. You know? It was campy and over the top and made up or boring, or there was never a climax to the scare.
They made some sequels to it. Well, I don't know. This
one and done. The first one was enough for me.
Yeah, the one sequel was just was sort of a forced thing because the developers, they said, "Oh, we will do it, but we need more time."
Yeah.
And then the third one was just a little bit too far out there.
Well, and I need a villain. It was always an implied villain. There was never anything shown, really, to prove that there was actually something or somebody. Just like that movie, The Village.
Mm-hmm.
After about an hour, it was enough. It's like those videos you watch on YouTube, and they're gonna get to the time. It's like, wait, you have to watch it to the end, and then nothing happens. Like, really? Never get that 5 minutes back.
I know. The Village, I was like, he does these, like I said, psychological thrillers. What's his name? M. Night
Shyamalan. Yeah, his books are way better than his movies, my personal.
I've never read any of his books or listened to them.
Well, books usually are better than the movie.
Yes.
I think, because they're more detailed and you can kind of create their own scenario in your head, and they chop it down for a movie.
Yep.
And I've seen that situation in so many different genres, not just scary.
Mm-hmm.
But those especially, the whole premise is what's supposed to, keep you interested. And when they cut it in half, you're not getting enough. It's not entertaining enough. If there's a movie based on a book, see the movie first and then read the book, in my opinion, because it's going to ruin it if you read the book first. Because you're going to have all these expectations and you're only going to get half of them. Because they just can't. It'd be a 4-hour movie,
Well, I also think sometimes, why don't you just turn it into a miniseries or a television?
Well, a lot of times it's just a way to make money, and they want to just put in all the stuff they think is going to grab your attention.
They're like Stephen King. I like Stephen King's books. The last one we got into, not too much. Oh, the Long Walk was
miserable.
A long walk.
Yeah, I definitely think that the movie is going to probably be better than the.
I've seen Pet Sematary, and I've seen It. Those are two of his books, movies that I can recall that I've seen, and I enjoyed them both.
Did you see the '90s miniseries It, or did you see the more 2000?
It was older,
so it was the '90s one.
Yeah.
And I like the '90s one better myself because I think it's more got a psychological feeling.
Well, and it's a miniseries, so they can put more of the details in it than in the book.
Yeah, but they also changed things in the movie in the newer version of It that I'm like there was no need to change
Well, unfortunately, a lot of things happen that way. They just trying to get entertainment value to make more money.
Well,
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. Because the African American kid, he was the historian of the group, and then they changed him to he was like a butcher, like he slaughtered the he didn't want to slaughter him, but he was like working at a slaughterhouse with his uncle or something.
I don't know. I haven't seen anything past the original.
Yeah, it's. A friend of mine, her name's Tanya. Hi, Tanya, if you're watching.
Hi, Tanya.
She got me into a lot of different Stephen King books. Like, have you heard of The Shining? Mm-hmm. Have you watched it?
No.
You've never watched it? I've never really watched it myself.
No, past the Fear Street series when I was in high school, that was about as far as I ever got with scary books. if I read a Stephen King, it was because Mom had it, Mom's a big reader, or just because it was around and I had an opportunity.
Well, I tell you, a book that me and Mary both read not too long ago that was Stephen King's, and it's not scary at all. It's called Fairy Tale.
It was excellent.
Yeah? Was it good?
It was very good. It's like a weird version of what if the ideas for our fairy tales came from somewhere else in a way, and then there was this deep underground other world where these bizarre happenings were going on.
Well, that sounds cool.
Yeah, it is. It was really.
Yeah, he's a good writer. I like Stephen King. I definitely think that was.
He's a very good writer. Do you?
I haven't sat down and read a book in so long.
Have you ever thought about listening to him?
That would probably be better because for some reason, ever since the cell phone came into my life, I can't sit and read. The last book I read was The Princess Diarist by Carrie Fisher, and of course, it grabbed my attention because it's about the making of Star Wars.
Oh,
and it's great. And I loved all of the stuff about Star Wars, but she got a little bit too personal with some of her relationships with the cast.
Oh, no.
Her and Harrison Ford had a little tryst, and she wanted to talk about that more than anything. I know, it was a disappointment. I was a little bummed out, but that's not really why I wanted to read it. But her delivery is hilarious. She was a great comedian, and I loved the whole book. But I went into it for the behind the scenes on the making of the movie and the characters that were in it. And I got that, but I got a little more than I cared for as far as what went on during filming.
So it wasn't an autobiography?
Yeah, I mean, ish, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I mean, just like movies, I don't know how much of it was overblown for entertainment value, but there's probably 5 chapters that could have been cut out, and I would have been just entertained by the book as.
I know I haven't read many autobiographies. I read Stephen King's. Oh my God! One thing about him, if you've ever read his books, he's very repetitive.
Yeah.
He's very repetitive, and but then I listened to this other one called "I'm Glad My Mother Is Dead." Have you ever heard of it?
No.
I can't remember who wrote it, but did you ever watch that show, iCarly?
No.
Okay, well then you wouldn't know her. But there's a character on that show named Sam. Well, the character's name was Sam, and she just went through a terrible childhood, and a lot of it had to do with her mom, the way that.
It's a lot darker than I thought iCarly would ever be. I've heard of it. I just never watched it.
Yeah. I mean, iCarly, the show was okay. I mean, no, there was stuff going behind the scenes with the producer, from what I understand.
Wow.
Because this big old fat guy, he was a bit of a, I don't know if you want to say a pedophile, but
No. Bummer.
but I don't know. I think I might have to cut that out because there's certain words that you're not allowed. You know, you're not even allowed to use the word when you know yourself.
Oh yeah.
They don't like it to use that. But have you haven't seen probably Stranger Things then, have you?
No. Again, I've heard of it, but that wasn't something.
It is very good. At least the first, I really enjoyed it. I was looking up that. I was like, because they're good. It's a good series. The final season is coming out. I don't know when it's coming out. I think it's maybe coming out next year in 2026. I don't know, but yeah. Oh, I was wanted to ask you. Do you have is it Blu-ray or do you have a DVD player?
We have a DVD Blu-ray combo, and we have a VHS DVD. So we're able to play everything.
Okay.
We just don't have any kind of Wi-Fi. We don't have any kind of streaming or anything like that.
That's.
Yeah, by design. I'm not mad about it because I would spend way too much time on my couch. We spend enough time at the kitchen table with a cell phone watching YouTube videos. I don't need to be any more excuse to be in my chair.
Oh. Please like and comment and subscribe on YouTube. And come back for part 2